Good morning, it's Barbara. I don't know, maybe it's going to be a pretty warm day because it's only 8:30, 20 minutes to 9, so it's already 71. Who knows how high it's going to get today? Dennis probably knows. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I have a white line down my view. I wonder if you do too. It's in the sun, so what are you going to say? Good morning. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I admit I got up early today. It's my second cup of coffee. I have a much earlier start time in my day when I'm at my parents', so, you know, I keep it. I like an early day. I like to sit outside by myself and relax. And not that it wouldn't be fine to have company on my deck. Don't misunderstand me. So I'm home. Today's Vicky's last day. Kim came last night and stayed overnight, and so she's going to drive her sister to the airport. They get a little sister time, which is very nice, and nice for Dennis not to have to drive her both ways. So that's fun. But we've had a very successful, funny word, visit with Vicky because Maisie has been so much calmer with her than she usually is. And, you know, I just didn't realize what an effect my stress over too much dog for Vicky had in her, in her when she visited. I just, until this week when there was no stress. I mean, she gets excited when she comes in the door, but, I think Vicky would be sad if she was completely ignored. Who wouldn't be? But she's just been a lovely, sweet dog, and Vicky has been enjoying her company, which is a big change. The trash people are here, and apparently we're having honking for some reason. Anyway, so it's been a really nice visit, and way less stress than typically for all of us, especially Vicky. And yeah, so it's been nice. But she's going home today. I'm guessing that she and Kim will leave around noon-ish. That's my guess. So I'm home from State College. I just did an overnight just to see how things were going. Mama's doing fine. She seems perfectly fine, I don't know that she's necessarily happy, but I don't know that she was necessarily happy before. She's calm and just going with the flow, and that's good. So I'm feeling much better about her situation. My dad is not progressing well with his health, so I don't know what's going on with that. He's asthmatic and has been his whole life, and he's having trouble breathing, so that's always scary. But they're working on it, and he's working on it, and I went and took care of some stuff, paid some bills, went through his mail, reorganized his living room. My brother John came, and he put together some handles that he can use to push off the couch, so he'll be able to use his couch when he feels more energetic. And although I don't know why I would, because his TV went screwy, so I don't know. I think he probably needs a new TV. And that one is only 4 years old, coming up on 4.5. But he needs to move around, so we want him to want to sit in the living room, so ramble. Anyway, he's not doing as well as I would have liked, is the bottom line. But they're working on it, and he's working on it. And we got some things organized yesterday, so right now it doesn't look like I'm going to be back unless I need to, unless, things fall apart. I don't expect to be back until I go for my 70th birthday party with my class in about a week and a half. So, but I'm going to be there with my friend Kim, but I'll be hanging out with the parents for some time. So, either with Kim or I think there are going to be plenty of things to do, and she could catch a ride with somebody, or she could drop me off in Harmony and take my car. But anyway, so not as much progress with my father as I had hoped, I have to say. So that's too bad. But I'm back. I was exhausted. I went to bed early last night, but I slept pretty well, so that's good. And meanwhile, so Dennis was watering the plants when I got home. He says, I didn't water them while you were gone, but they're getting watered now. I mean, literally, he was standing there with the hose. He had to get out of the way for me to drive into the garage. So everything's been watered. And I think a lot of them are going to need to be watered every other day. These impatiens, for sure, they wilt. So, got to be on the ball with the watering. But he also watered out front with the new things that got planted. So, that's good. So, I'm planning on taking it pretty easy today, I'll be honest. Although I am going to call our local place and see if their strawberries are in the market yet. Because if they are, I'm going to go get strawberries in Aura. And I can haul strawberries this afternoon. So Dennis can make some strawberry sauce. And I'll probably put up more strawberry gin. Because I've been enjoying those drinks a lot. And eat some strawberries. You want to eat strawberries in strawberry season. You know, I mean, if you don't buy strawberries the rest of the year, I get it, because they're not as delicious. But in theory, they should be the most delicious right now. Locally produced. Locally grown produce. So anyway, I did work on my twiddle muff a little bit while I was gone, while I was sitting with Mama. I haven't answered all the comments from the other day, and I apologize for that. But Susan had mentioned that she thought the twiddle parts went on the inside, but I thought the twiddle parts went on the outside of a twiddle muff. My idea was that I'll make it an actual muff so my mom could use it to keep her hands warm. And that would explain it, because I can just picture her confused looking face is like, what the heck is this, Barb? Kind of face. If I gave her a twiddle muff that she couldn't use it as a muff. So I'm just going to tell her this is to keep your hands warm when your hands are feeling chilly. And yeah, and it's decorated. But the decorations are things that I think she will twiddle with and maybe be calmed. So that would be nice. But I'm working on it. I told Daddy I was going to be making him some bespoke slippers next, so he doesn't have to always be in his socks. But he has non-slip socks, and the ones I had shipped to him fit him well, so that's good. The ones I got my mother are shorty socks, and she's cold, so I need to find women's, maybe knee-high non-slip socks. Maybe I'll look for knee-high long slip, and she'll be more comfortable. I mean, the shorty socks keep her from slipping, but she needs warmth. She gets cold. So I brought her one of my shawls, my green and yellow, A Girl's Best Friend by Isabel Kramer, and it is no longer in her apartment. There are a couple of kleptomaniacs down in her area. So I told all the staff to keep an eye out for it. The problem is if they show it to Mama and say, is this yours? She's going to say no, because she won't remember. She's only had it for 2 weeks. So, but anyway, I let everybody know. Meanwhile, I found her a shawl in the apartment and wrote her name on it. And so she has a shawl, but it's not made by me. Because she's cold. They have her sitting with the blanket around her shoulders. In her chair because she's chilly. So I have another shawl, big wrap, kind of a wrap, that I used to keep on the back of my chair at work that I can give her too. So anyway, it's okay. I can make her another one. I have a ton of shawls. But she needs a big one because she needs the warmth even in the summertime. So anyway, today the only thing I really have on my agenda is the strawberries, and we do have to go grocery shopping and get more dog food because we're going away this weekend, and so we need to make extra dog dinners for the dogs because we take them frozen to the kennel, and we have to make extra people meals for the people because Kim is not a cook. I said, Dennis, we're going to have to leave you food for the weekend because Kim is staying here with her mom. Or Aura's going to have cereal for every meal. So Dennis will be cooking large portions and leaving food for his sister and his mother while we're gone. Plus he's bringing some stuff along, so he's making that too. So he has some cooking to do in anticipation of our trip, and I'll be helping with that. So that's what's happening for the next few days. We leave around noon-ish on Friday. But I'm looking forward to seeing our friends, Ben and Kay. We haven't seen them in 5 years because of COVID. And we miss them. We miss them. I've told you this before. Dennis brought debt to our marriage. I had a little debt, not very much. He had more. But his main assets that he brought to the marriage, besides himself and his talents, which are huge, are the people in his life. He has amazing people in his life, his family and his friends. I mean, so Ben and Kay are as dear to me as they are to him, and they've been friends since college. They were roommates in college for a while and have been in each other's lives for 50 years, 55 years. So I'm very much looking forward to this visit, I must say. And, other than going to see my parents, I really, and we did go to the Outer Banks a couple times during COVID with his family, but not too much traveling. And Dennis and I had been doing a lot of traveling. If you were a podcast viewer before Corona, then you know that we did a lot of traveling. I mean, we have a lot of places yet on our list that we'd love to see, but we have traveled some amazing places. If we never get a chance to travel again, we still have way more than our share under our belts already. So we were used to doing some traveling when we retired. Anyway, I'm looking forward to a weekend away with friends who I love. So I should be able to do a vlog on Friday for sure, but I don't know about Saturday and Sunday. And we'll be home Sunday night, late-ish probably. Go get the dogs on Monday after they have a bath. They always need a bath after they've been to camp. But they love camp, so I don't feel guilty putting them in the kennel at all. At all. Anyway, so that's what's coming up. Or it's going to be sad. Vicky's gone. Vicky calls every 2 or 3 days. She calls around 6:15. Anytime the phone rings there. I'm sure it's Vicky. I'm sure next week when she calls, she'll be, when am I seeing you again? Although she already does have her next visit already planned. She's coming back in September, in the hopes of seeing her nephew, Gary. Brother Gary has a son, Jason, too, and he's going to be around in September. So she planned a visit when he was going to be around in the hopes that he actually shows up. And she can spend some time with him. So that's already planned. But Aura's going to be next week. When am I seeing you? Because she'll miss her already, I'm quite sure. And meanwhile, all is well here. I'm really warm sitting here in the sun, as you can imagine. There's not much of a breeze. And our hummingbird, there was another hummingbird sighting, but not at our feeder, interestingly enough. But we have lots of flowers, so I'm perfectly happy if the hummingbirds would prefer to eat the flowers, because I'm sure the nectar is much more nutritious for the hummingbird than sugar water. So I'm very happy if they're paying attention to the flowers instead of the feeder. But I haven't seen them at our flowers, so I'm not sure. I don't know. This stripe is moving. I have a stripe right here. I don't know if you see that or not. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I am going to go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay safe.